and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but this is a costume I found. And the guy is he's under a tablecloth. He's got a lampshade on his head. And it says one night stand. It's backwards on the screen. I'm sorry.
No,
on the table, he's got all kinds of items, and I suspect that there's probably condoms and all that kind of stuff, because the one thing in the foreground is a bottle that has a label on it that I'm pretty sure says Viagra. So I thought that was a very clever costume, a one night stand.
That is.
There you go. You can see him. I love the lampshade.
Yes. Much more original than those boob inspector guys with the box and the cutout.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know.
Message from the dark side there is.
I don't know how to turn this thing off. Oh, I'll just power off.
Oh, is that your phone?
Yeah, I got a new phone. It's, you know, it's all fancy. And I'm trying to, I haven't figured it all out yet. Because my other one.
Out the ringtones and stuff.
You might want to just turn the ringer down on it. Turn the sound down on it.
I just turned it off.
Oh, okay.
The only person that called me is my daughter, and she already did that, so I don't have to worry about that part.
Okay, well, before we get too far in, I see Cheyenne down there. We do have two promo type announcements. So let me get mine out of the way. It's really simple. My Obsession, written under my Cassie Ryan name, is still on sale in US and UK retailers through the end of the month for 99 cents. Can't beat that for a full-length book. So full-length book of smut for 99 cents. It's normally $2.99, and it will be going back up. So check it out.
And it is sexy, sexy, sexy.
Incredibly so.
All right, and I think Cheyenne has some great new stuff coming out.
I have Alex coming out, and that's kind of a spin-off on my Armed and Dangerous series. He's not really armed, but he's dangerous. He's kind of he's a hero that the heroine doesn't want anything to do with, but he trips the trigger. And she and two cousins have this contest, and the first man who trips your trigger you have to have sex with. So,
oh, wait. How do we get
there's a Halloween tactic.
And that one's on pre-order. It's $2.99, and it comes out the 3rd. So I think that's Tuesday. But
and ladies, where can we get your books?
Mine's everywhere. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, pretty much anywhere you can think of.
And Tina?
Yeah, mine are the same. They're on, since it's through Random House, they have them everywhere. It's just the US and the UK retailers that are having the sale.
And these books are really, really sexy, folks. You're not going to want to miss having your own copy. Maybe 2. You might want to give your mom one.
No, Mom doesn't get one of mine.
My mom would.
That's true.
I'm having books put on audio, and so I'm listening because I have to approve every chapter, what have you. And I'm listening, going, "Oh my God, Mom is not listening to this."
Do you give her a list of what she can and can't listen to?
I never let her read any of my Laura's K books back when I wrote for them. She has a whole shelf full of them. These are the books you're not allowed to read, but you can have a copy.
Really? And you think she's not reading them?
She read my St. Martin's books.
Yeah.
And they had
just
sex.
lying to you.
Yeah.
Because you know when you were a kid and your parents said you can't read those?
Hello?
Those are the ones we were reading.
That's right. Your mom is no different.
And Cheyenne, aren't you giving one away today?
Yeah. I'll give away a couple of copies of Zach.
So if any of our followers stay till the end of the call, we'll be giving away a couple of copies of Cheyenne's Zach.
And
Kindle
Zach
copies,
was book
right?
1 in the series, right? In the Armed and Dangerous series.
In
And
the
that
Armed and
came
Dangerous
out
series.
like last week or the week before.
No, Zach came out, I think, in May, because
Oh,
one
okay.
a month has been coming out. And what's kind of cool is when I first started writing for Alora's Cave, that was my first publisher, they didn't have a Western category. And they published, it was called Wildfire at the time. Now it's Armed and Dangerous Zach. They had to create a whole new category because they didn't know what to do with it.
And I'm telling you, folks, that is the first Cheyenne McCray book I ever read, and you will never look at cheesecake the same way ever again. Just saying.
I would just listen to that part on the audiobook going, oh, wow.
It was, oh, wow.
You forget when it's been so long since you've written a book. But yeah, and I rewrote it a couple of years ago.
Cool.
Anyway.
Okay, so Tia, Dani, any announcements for you guys?
Oh, you're just trying to be 3 different people, and there's 2 of us. If you can follow that logic, trying to get the one done, the short story, the Western. And I had a great idea about how to get the Roses and Rodeo tied into it, being it's a historical. And,
So what she's talking about, folks, is in February, the Butterscotch Martini Girls have a boxed set coming out. And we have an anchor story that's one of Cheyenne McCray's, and it's Roses and Rodeos is the theme of the box set. So Tia Dani will have a story in that box set. In fact, the people on the screen right now will all have a short story in that box set.
yeah.
Oddly enough.
Yeah, and ours is a historical, so it was like, well, okay. Had to do some research in the middle of the night about roses. What could I do with them and still be 1870s and stuff like that. So that was fun. And then rodeos, we all know the history of rodeos, and so it was like, okay, how can I twist it in this short story so that there's a rodeo? So it's been kind of interesting how to come about it, So I'm looking forward to the whole box set. So
You mean there's more involved with rodeos than just cowboy butts?
I'm with you. Cowboy butts
Depends.
are the best part.
I guess it all depends on the. Actually, I better not give it away.
But the oldest rodeo in the world was started in Prescott.
Prescott Valley,
Yeah.
Prescott, Arizona.
And mine are modern day. I think the rest of you too. They're contemporary Westerns. And so you have the historical, which will be really cool.
That'll be a fun box set.
Yeah, it will
Mine's
be.
paranormal.
Oh, that's good.
Paranormal rodeos.
I miss my paranormals.
Yeah.
Well, mine's going to be paranormal too. It's got Delta Jane and Bubba Ray.
Oh, that's true. I love your fairy godmothers
Yeah.
and father.
So
Oh, we've got
today,
some more people joining.
so today we're supposed to talk about trick or treat.
Yep.
Reading.
Cool. I want you to notice in the background, I've got my Halloweeny decorations up, and I've got my costume on. I'm a rodeo princess with my tiara and my hat, and I've got my little props.
That's cute.
Yeah,
I
I
got
got
help
little
typing.
tiny pumpkins.
I have
And I've got my riding crop.
this is what I have.
A rodeo princess has to have a riding crop.
And
I
you
asked her
are
if she was a
princess.
buckle bunny, and she said no.
I'm
She's
too
a
old to be
rodeo
a buckle
princess.
bunny.
You're never too old to be a buckle bunny.
I can lie and get away with princess, but not buckle bunny.
That's a new one. I hadn't heard that one before.
Buckle bunny?
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, buckle bunnies are what you'd guess they are probably. They're like groupies.
Yeah.
Cowboy chasers.
Yeah. And they chase. The bigger the buckle, they win. The more they chase after the guy.
Yeah, the buckle was never the thing I wanted.
I'm with you there.
Just saying.
I do have a story about a rodeo. And I was in junior high. It seems like everything happened to me in between junior high and high school. And we have this family friend that lives in Estes Park, Colorado. And every summer and all that, I would go up and stay with her. She was about 6 months older than I was. And she was really big into horses. And they were having this rodeo. And there was this drop dead, gorgeous, young rodeo kid walking around, and my friend said, let's go by him, see if he'll notice. Oh my God. And you know me, I'm not rodeo-ish. I like to write. Well, I got stories about horses that won't stop. But anyway, thanks to her. But anyway, so we're trotting, you know, we're going around the corner. Well, the part of the saddle, you guys probably know what it is. It's not the side with the cinch, but it's the other side, came loose. And as I started to turn the corner, the saddle started slipping. And over I go. Right in front of him. I did not plan this, you know.
He loved all that.
Fortunately, thank God that horse stopped. Otherwise, I probably would have been trampled to death. And at that age, you know, everything totally makes you, you know, I'm not the type. Yeah, I'm not the type to say, oh, you know, that kind of thing. I was so embarrassed that I could just, you know, I kept my head down and all that kind of thing. He had the bluest eyes. And he had, you know, he was, I have to admit, he was really cute. And I was so tongue-tied. I could not say anything. And he helped me up. He put the saddle back on and helped cinch it back up. Oh, he was the sweetest thing, you know, in the whole wide world. You know, like cowboys are, right?
That's why I love cowboys.
Yeah, and I just acted. I got on the horse and I rode off because I was so embarrassed that I landed right on at his feet. And you know, now older, I wish I would have said, "Oh, what's your name? Can I date you?"
I think I hurt myself.
Yeah, he was so cute, and he was so kind, and he smiled. You know, I could have really got milked that for what it was worth. You know what I mean?
Live and learn. Okay, guys, let's go back to trick or treat,
trick or treating,
which is our subject this time.
I think
that's okay, Chris.
You know,
anybody got any great trick or treats?
I've got to say that this is one of my favorite holidays. And I found a saying out on the internet that just really kind of sums it up for me. The cobwebs in my house just became decorations. Thanks, Halloween.
I love it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And as writers, remember this. Halloween is by far the safest day to kill a person and leave them in a chair on your front porch.
I like it.
Yeah. And then get a friend and go bury the body and they'll just...
Oh, yeah. We do that all the time. But, you know,
yeah.
how cool to leave him in a chair on your front porch.
It's just easier to do on Halloween.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And get away with it.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, speaking of that, I was remembering, I was talking with Kid earlier about what I could talk about today. And I remember my brother on Halloween, he had a house and he would keep it kind of dark out front. And he would be dressed up as this old scarecrow-y guy out in the front with the candy. And he would tell the kids, he would hold it up, okay, grab, you know, the candy you want. And they would reach in and he would pretend to sneeze and he would spray them with like a little spray bottle. And they'd be, ah! And their parents would usually see what was going on and they're trying not to laugh. The parents would be like, well, go over there, get some candy. No. They'd convince them to go back over there. And of course, my smart ass brother, he'd be like, and they're like, I'm not going back. It was really funny.
I'm surprised kids care.
I'm surprised my brother didn't figure out how to put something goopy in it. He was that way.
2 years ago, Halloween, I got set up. You all know Eden. She set me up with a pirate. Didn't tell me. So he was awfully cute. Didn't know why he was paying so much attention to me.
Oh, no. So you had a pirate blind date?
You were told that you were set up with him.
After. And then we did it. You know, he got a hold of me. We ended up dating. But Yeah.
Was it just a party and that's how she did that?
Yeah. She told
Kind
him,
of a dive up.
I want you to meet this girl. She's really, you know. And, so, yeah, I found out much later that we were set up.
But she didn't do, I want you to meet this pirate.
Nope.
Because she knew you'd say no.
I have another costume. See if I can get this where you can actually see it.
Looks like a pig.
No, it's
Well,
a lady with
no,
a big
you
butt.
can't really see it. It's oh, there it is.
There it goes.
Oh, big back. Yes.
Oh, cute.
Oh,
Yeah,
poor
the
dog.
guy in the background. The guy in the background. There's a sign that says "Lost Dog," and there is the dog.
Got it.
That is
Oh,
adorable.
for heaven's sakes.
That's cute.
Well, you know, if you're a closet dominatrix for Halloween, you can put on the latex and
Oh yeah,
There you go. Go around and snap your whip at
Yep.
people.
there you go.
there you go.
Hey, handsome. Snap. Not sure how that would go over.
I've got another one here.
Oh my gosh.
Can you see that one?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know the part that worries me about this costume? What do you do if you have to go to the bathroom? You know, are you splitting boobs or are you both going at the same time?
Well, considering they're guys, I don't think they have as much to worry about.
Probably
Just kinda
not, but it's
help a
probably
brother
not something
out.
we want to do.
No. No, that
Well,
wouldn't
since you
work.
only have one arm to work with, you got to reach over and help your friend.
Yeah.
You know, you go ahead.
Go ahead, Cheyenne.
No, I was just going to tell Tia that one thing about Halloween is she could approach a cute cowboy and pinch his butt, and he wouldn't know who she was.
There you go.
You know, yeah, you put on a costume, you can become a completely different person.
I love how shocked she's trying to look down there. You know,
Yeah. As if it never occurred to her.
she's like, darn it, all that time wasted.
I know.
Yeah,
I
we've
must
read
be
Tia Dani's stories.
Yes, we have.
It's Dani that gets me in trouble all the time. She's
Oh,
usually
yeah, blame it on Dani. You bet. I mean, I believe it, but
Oh,
By
I
the
do
way-
have. Well, I have one. Never mind. I guess I have the cowboy stories in my head today, not the
Not
trick
the
or
trick
treat.
or treat.
Yeah,
I'm going to do a quick commercial
Okay.
just because I want to give props to Tequila Aficionado for
Oh,
supplying us with this 1921 La Crema de Mexico. It is a cream tequila. And
and it was
people,
amazing.
it is to die for.
Yes,
Oh.
it is.
My gosh.
Oh, I thought
And-
you lost that.
It tastes fabulous. And if I pour myself a second glass, one of you better get in the car and head over this way. I will need to be picked up.
From her house.
Yeah.
From the floor.
When are we going to do a demonstration for the butterscotch martinis? How to make them?
We're working on a recipe with this. And as
Okay,
soon as
what
we
about
get that perfected, we will do that.
Alrighty. I need to figure out how to get a martini over here. So I have.
Okay.
Yeah, so, so I can have one. I need to
We'll-
know
we'll-
the ingredient. Oh, look at
We'll
you.
let you know the
Cheyenne.
ingredients.
Yeah, definitely.
Woo!
Don, look at
Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Toast.
I just realized I don't even have any margarita glasses.
Well, we don't care about margarita glasses.
Oh, whimper.
Martini glasses.
Martinis.
I always drink out of, I go to your places and you have the big martini glass.
We'll
Gonna
have to get you one.
Yeah.
We're going to have to
I'm
hit the dollar
gonna-
store for you.
I was going to go.
Yeah.
Just there and make
Okay.
it.
So I have the worst costume ever to start us off for our trick-or-treat discussions.
Okay.
I saw this about 4 years ago, back when I was still a barista at Starbucks, and we were, then it was longer than that. Damn, it had to be 6 or 7 years. Time goes by fast. We
Yes,
had
no.
gone to this party, and there was this girl there wearing white pants. I was like, what the hell? She trying to go back to the 80s? No, she turned around and there's a huge red stain right where you would think it would be. That was her costume. People all night were like, honey, I thank you. And she would laugh. She's like, no, she'd pull out this box of tampons and stuff.
Oh, God.
That was her costume.
I think that would qualify as the worst costume ever.
Yeah, I'm grossed out.
I would be mortified to go as that costume.
Here's another one that may qualify as one of the best I've ever seen. If it will resolve here, it is a guy, and he's like in a bed holding a doll in front of him.
Oh, that's cute.
You can see the
Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
You know, I also went out and I did some research on movie quotes. And, you know, I ran across it. Well, first of all, I ran across this site called dbagdating.com. Okay. And I'm just throwing it out there because they put out a call for Halloween dating stories. So I'm going to watch this website and see what they come up with. But it literally is http://dbagdating.com.
That's bad.
So you got to go check that out. But I ran across this movie called Warm Bodies. Has anybody seen it? It's a zombie movie, apparently.
No.
Well, some of the quotes I got from it were great. And I love this one. It says, "This date is not going well. I want to die all over again." Have you ever been there?
I've been there.
Yeah, I've been there. And then there's one that says, "I wish I could introduce myself, but I don't remember my name anymore." I mean, I think it started with an R, but that's all I have left. I can't remember my name or my parents or my job, although my hoodie would suggest I was unemployed.
Do you guys remember I was telling you about the guy with the guns beneath the floorboard?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I started talking with him again.
Oh, yeah? Did you give him the link to our Blab?
Oh, my God, no.
She doesn't want him to know she's been letting out his secrets.
Yeah, no, he's a nice guy.
Well, we didn't give his address on the air.
No, and he's moved to another state. But he said I inspired him. And I met him about 4 or 5 years ago. So I haven't talked to him in all this time. And we had that Blab. And so I thought, you know, I'm going to just get in touch with him. And there are some things that are going on in his life. But he said I inspired him to write a book. And so he's writing a zombie book.
How nice.
And he sent me it. And I don't usually read. I just don't have time to read things people send me. But I started reading it last night. And I'm like, this is really cool. I mean, it's a really cool premise.
Good.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. But anyway, the zombie, how the flesh is deteriorating and stuff. It's like so gross. But it's really gross.
Well, maybe when he gets it done and it comes out, we can have him on our Blab.
There we go. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he moved to New York and they won't let him have his guns there, so he had to sell them all. Poor guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I'd find another place to move to.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a gun, freak or anything, but
I am.
I know you are. If I ever get in trouble, I'm calling you.
We're coming to your house for the zombie apocalypse.
Well, you won't be able to find me. I'll be camouflaged. You won't be able to see me.
I don't know. Those zombies.
Or we
Another
can go to
quote I
Lisa's
found
house.
from that movie is there's a lot of ways to get to know a person. Eating her dead boyfriend's brains is one of the more unorthodox methods.
I could see that.
I've got to look for this show.
It sounds funny.
Yeah, well, yeah. Here's another one that says they call these guys bonies. Apparently they got the bonies and the something else. Anyway, it says they don't bother us much, but they'll eat anything with a heartbeat. I mean, I will too, but at least I'm conflicted about it.
That's funny.
Oh, God.
This whole season, I want to go watch Shaun with the Dead.
Shaun with the Dead?
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun
You've
of the
never seen
Dead.
that?
No, I've heard of it. I've never
Culturally
seen it.
deficient. We have to remedy this.
Oh, okay.
It's a zombie
Okey-dokey.
movie, but it's funny as hell.
At
It's
one
got
of our
Simon Pegg.
retreats, we'll have to pull it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a really funny movie.
I got
Okay.
another one. Let's see if it'll resolve.
Present.
It's a
Okay.
it's a guy. He's dressed as a gift,
Yeah.
and actually, that's not going to resolve. There's a big sign that says, "To women from God."
Oh my god.
Okay,
That's bad.
don't do that, guys.
No, not a good costume.
That's a Halloween don't.
Yeah.
Here's another Halloween don't.
Oh,
If you have a beard, you will not make a good mermaid.
good plan.
No
And
good.
another one more Halloween don't.
Diapers,
Oh, frightening.
baby bottles.
That happens a lot.
And you know, what's really sad about that one is that when my son was in 4-H, and he will just love me for telling this story. When he was in 4-H, they used to have a costume contest in 4-H. And he literally dressed up like that and borrowed a friend's baby sheep, or he may have taken one of his baby goats. And he was out there at the county fair in front of all these people in a diaper with a bonnet and a bottle and a baby goat.
I could see him doing that, actually.
It makes a mother proud.
That's
does.
good. When I was in, I think first grade, we had some kind of Halloween stage production, and I was the fairy godmother. And my mom had made my outfit, and she made my magic wand out of a fly swatter handle and a star. And as I'm waving it around, the star flies off. And that's going on with the show. I did not. That's not
How
that
clever of her.
it was.
I love that.
My mom is very clever.
I've got probably, this one takes the cute award. I hope I can get it to resolve.
I see a baby.
It's a baby dressed, he's wrapped in Subway sandwich paper. And he looks like a little Subway sandwich, but oh, darn, it won't resolve.
That's cute.
Oh, there he is.
There it is.
Oh, that's
Is
adorable.
that not
That's
cute?
cute.
That one gets the cute award.
Yes.
I'll see. I should have brought some of Darian's when he was little, although he'd be in here flipping me off.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Chewbacca, huh?
Oh, Chewbacca.
That's Chewbacca. I'm thinking that guy takes his Halloween costume with him wherever he goes. And one more.
No.
A chia pet.
He's a chia pet.
That's cute.
And the dog saying, "Oh my God, what is he doing
Yeah.
now?"
Oh, I saw the coolest one with this dog with all these big spider legs. Have you seen that
Yeah,
one?
I saw that one. Look
Oh, yeah.
real.
Six legs to go along with his 4, and he's running around, and the legs are flopping around, scaring the crap out of everybody. That's such a good idea.
I've always been so jealous of those people that have come up with that great Halloween costume. It's so creative. Like my friend Bree, who I worked with at Starbucks, she's so good at like the makeup and the hair and the costume. A couple years ago, she went as the Day of the Dead, that doll, you know, the white face with the makeup and the whole thing. She looked amazing. That was the year I went as a zombie barista.
That was a cute costume. I remember that. That was cute.
I
Wasn't
just had
that the year
blood
that
kinda
Darian
dribbling.
wore your costume?
Yes. Darian wore my dress.
Yeah, he was the princess.
You guys all thought he looked good in it. I'll see if I can find it on my phone while we're talking.
Yeah, he did look an awful lot like you from the back.
Well, our hair is the same, so.
Yeah.
I went as a French maid one year. That was back when I could look good in a French maid outfit.
They're adorable.
About 12 years ago when
And did you get propositioned?
well, of course.
Well, good. That's a costume that works then.
Isn't that what costumes are for?
That's what I'm thinking. Why do you think I'm a princess?
I was flirting with a guy that I've gone out with a few times and told him that I would be the French maid and he could be the lord of the manor.
I like it.
Did we actually follow through with that?
No.
Oh,
I know.
I wanted pictures.
You're going to need to remember some of those for next week. Well, we're going to do worst pickup lines.
Uh-oh.
Although that one's kind of cute.
That one's kind of cute. Yeah,
It is.
I might have fallen for that one.
Okay, I don't know if this one's going to show up, but this is Darian in my dress. Let me see if I can even get it in the camera. Wrong way. Need it closer?
Hold it still a little bit and it may resolve eventually. It's like the camera has to find it or something.
It's like
Okay.
a sexy woman, but I can't see her face.
That's Darian.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Mona Lisa pose.
Yeah, it is. And
Well,
for those of you who
you know those things you wear for push-up bra that push the boobs up, the chicken cutlet things? He was wearing those, so he had boobs. So everybody was feeling him up all night.
Oh, I bet he loved that.
So for those of you who don't know, Darian is Tina's son.
Yeah, it's coming in a little better now.
Yeah,
He makes a sexy woman.
it was very cute.
And he looks better in that dress than I do, jerk. Yeah, that was my dress. It's a witch's dress. I got it at Easley's costume shop one year, actually for the fairy court at RT, the Romantic Times convention.
Yep. It was cute in it. Okay, I've got a joke. Let's see if it comes in. I'll have to read it to you, but you can see it's Maxine on a broom.
I love Maxine.
I do too. I told my son one time that I wanted to be Maxine when I grow up, and he looked at me and he said, "Well, congratulations, Mom. You just realized a lifetime dream." So Maxine on a broom says, "Vampires sleep all day, fly wherever they want for free, can't see themselves in a mirror. Where do I sign up?"
Amen to that.
Yeah, baby.
Except the whole only eating blood thing was kind of a downer.
Yeah,
I don't know. There are times when I wish I was a real witch. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I have enough power to zap somebody if I wanted to.
Sometimes I just have somebody I want to zap.
Yeah, except I wouldn't start with a W. Oh, that's just me, though.
Yeah.
my mom one Halloween, she made me costumes. She makes amazing costumes, but she made herself one, and she was. Did you guys remember seeing this at RT? She was a cow with a big udder.
I do remember that. It was adorable.
I'm looking for the picture. It's so cool. Yeah, but she was black and white spotted cow with this big pink udder in the front. She had hooves.
It was adorable. Mom is so talented.
Yeah.
I can see the quilt behind you there that she made you.
Yeah.
Doesn't that have all your book covers on it?
No, this one doesn't.
It's the other one?
I don't have. She made this really cool quilt for my birthday that has all kinds of quotes about writing, and it has my logo on it too. It was really cool. This lady, Jeannie, digitized it, and she was able to embroider it on the quilt. It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
She is so talented.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out where I can put in my order.
Yeah.
Does Dani want to get on?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. If she wants to get on, I'll get off. So that I don't know if she's listening. Can you let us know, and then I can get off?
She was a minute ago. She said she was grossed out by the worst Halloween costume.
Well, if I pop out, then
She said she doesn't know if she can. She was having technical issues earlier.
Well, let me pop off, and then she can
Try.
get on. Yeah.
Okay.
She's cool. She really is. She's quite a character.
Was there anybody else that was joining us today, or?
I didn't know if HD was able to. Lisa's still in transit.
Oh, okay. She's going home today?
She should be home today.
Oh.
I talked to her this morning, and she said she was still driving.
She's had a long trip.
She has. Well, San Antonio, up around through the Grand Canyon, down here to us, back up to the Grand Canyon. Now back to San Antonio. Makes me tired just thinking about it.
Oh my God. I can't do road trips.
I don't mind a road trip now and then, but I like a more direct route.
Well, road trips are okay. It's the RV part that I don't like. I'd rather just go to a hotel, relax on the beach.
I like a road trip of any kind.
Yeah, and you
Okay,
like ripping out the bottom of your RVs. Oh, there's Maxine.
There's Maxine again, and you can see she's got a pumpkin there. And what she says, this is one of my favorites. I just noticed some frost on my pumpkins. Guess it's time to start wearing a bra again.
Like,
that's good.
Oops.
I may frame that and make that part of my Halloween decorations.
Or you should get that printed on a t-shirt and wear that as part of your costume one year.
Yeah, I should. I think I see our first t-shirt for Cafe Press.
You can horrify your son and wear it to see him.
And it would horrify him.
Yeah, whereas my son would just laugh
of what he's going to see.
Your son would be like, "Oh, Mom,
Okay, here's another Maxine. She got her little cat dressed in a costume and pumpkins. And she says, people who yell trick or treat are giving me one too many options.
Has anyone heard of any really good tricks? I did one where Jim's sneezing on the people or pretending to. Anybody else? I have a treat, but I was going to see if you guys had any tricks before that.
Well, there's the guy who sits on the front porch and he's made himself up like a mannequin. So they think he's a mannequin, and he's holding a bowl that has a sign on it that says, "Just take one." And the kids come up and they reach in to grab a handful, and he yells at them and jumps and they're gone.
That would give me a heart attack.
I'm too old for that.
Darian tried to get a job at the 13th floor a couple of years ago, and he was really good at it. They wanted him, but he's got a blistering thing, and it was too hard on him. He was blistering up all the time, running all over the place, but he was going to be one of the evil doctors in the asylum. So as you guys can tell, that would be perfect for him. But I would have a heart attack in those places. I'm a wimp. During scary movies, I'm the person that's like hiding in between the rows of the movie theater.
Oh, I can't go to haunted houses.
No.
I could wind up dead. You could haul me out on a gurney.
Well, they wouldn't haul me out. They'd think I was part of the entertainment while I'm going,
That's worse. I don't think I want to be part of the entertainment.
Oh, that's the cow.
Oh, how cute is that?
It was adorable.
She made that costume. Yeah.
Very cute.
I'm sitting here trying to.
One more.
Okay.
Maxine.
One more Maxine.
She's holding the bowl. Kid in the costume. It says, if it weren't for dressing up like a witch at Halloween, you'd never see me holding a broom.
I like it.
That's me.
I do too.
That's
Definitely.
me.
Unless I'm chasing someone to smack them with the broom. It's been a long time, though, since I've done that.
Yeah, ever since Darian grew up.
Yeah. Although maybe I should try that again. Although he's bigger than me. So. Okay, so the treat that I was telling you about, this was either, I can't remember, late high school or early college. And it was the big thing around here for everybody to build like a haunted house in their garage or carport. I don't know if where you guys were, they did that same thing, but here on the Northwest side, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
So it might have been early college. This friend and I went to this guy's bigger garage. So like 2-3 car garage built with this really intricate haunted house that you could walk through. And this friend of ours was the one who had done it. He was the stepson of the guy who owned the house. So he asked us to come early. Okay. So we are going to go walk through the haunted house while he's in laying out food, drinks inside the house. So of course we're being nosy. We're opening stuff and seeing the people inside there, you know, oh, hi, the people that are going to jump out. Well, there's this coffin in the back. And it's got a drape over half of it and that kind of stuff. And we're assuming it's supposed to pop open and people are supposed to scare you. So we're being obnoxious. Well, we lift the lid and go, oops, sorry. There's these 2 people getting busy in there. So, of course.
Really? In the coffin?
In the coffin. And I mean, we couldn't see it from where we were, but the side of the coffin was kind of open. So they had a little more room and obviously breathing room or whatever. But it surprised me. So I just kind of stood there looking at my friend with the coffin lid open. The guy's like, do you mind? Oh, sorry.
And you haven't put that in a book yet?
Not yet.
It belongs in one.
It does.
That belongs in a book.
So much that belongs in a book. I'm not going to be able to die till I'm like 300. So I better get busy.
I like the cake you're going to have for your annual party. I think that would be a good Halloween cake too.
It probably would. For those of you that don't know what she's referring to, is I have a Survivor's Day party after my brain blowout. This is the 5th annual of me surviving that. So I am having a brain cake since the blowout was obviously the brain. And I don't think you guys heard the latest one. Well, John's dad can't have salt. And so we have to be careful about giving him cake. And he loves the fondant, you know, that real smooth covering you can put on cakes. So my friend Bree is going to make him it's going to look like a little bag with tentacles. AVM that blew up in my brain.
That's the AVN.
Well, you didn't
covered.
You
with
didn't tell
fondant.
them what kind of cake it's going to be, though.
Oh yes, it's going to be a red velvet cake, and it's going to be filled with red buttercream icing. So when you cut it, it'll squish out red. We're still debating if we're going to like hack up the right side first before we start serving it, since you know the right side was what was all hacked up. But come ready
You're
with
a
lots of
sick
brain
bunch.
jokes. You're just figuring that out, Kayce?
No. Just stating the obvious.
It's going to be fun.
You guys have unusual cakes, yeah.
Yeah,
But
well,
that's going to be a special one, I swear.
I'll definitely have to get lots of pictures.
Yes.
I'm sure they'll go on Facebook.
Well, be sure you send me one.
Definitely.
So I saw a very creative costume at a party one time. It was a couple's costume. And she came dressed as a brick. She was just a big red brick. And he came in his white bib overalls with his trowel. He was a bricklayer.
Oh. I like it.
That was cute.
That is cute.
Any other couples costumes that you've seen?
Let me think. You should Google couples costumes while you're there, Kayce.
I can do that. Woo. Be right back.
Okay. I mean, I've seen some that were cool at the time, but of course I can't think of them right now when I need them.
Right.
we still have anybody listening, or did we scare them all away?
Dani still can't get on.
Yeah.
Oh, she can't get on?
No.
Tia, you can come back if Dani can't get on. Oh, here's Tia's. Dani's trying again. I don't know. I get you guys confused.
Yeah, Tia was on earlier. Dani is the other half.
Another cute costume that Eden wore that my mom made was a I Dream a Genie kind of costume.
Oh, cute. Great. She's got the figure for it.
It was supposed to be like a size 8 or so. This was back when I could fit into something like that, and it was more like a size 6 or less. So Eden wore it instead, and it looks so good on her.
Everything looks good on her.
Yeah.
I could hate her except that she's really sweet and talented and,
She's like the nicest person on earth.
Exactly. There's no way to hate her for that.
Okay,
we may get in big trouble for this one. That's
okay, I can't really see
little double babies and she's pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
That's a bad costume.
Yeah, I think that's a bad costume.
And strangely, she looks like Angelina Jolie. I don't think it's her, but
you never know.
You never know.
Oh, God, it's actually been a while since I've worn a costume for Halloween. I have to come up with something.
I think the zombie barista was my last one.
I had a party out here one time, and I had my big fairy wings on from the fairy court, and it was a very similar costume, only I turned it black. It was dark, and so I'm out there, and all of a sudden I see this guy, this thing walking across my backyard, and I took a double take, and it was a guy dressed as a woman in a slinky red dress and red screwy heels and horns. And I watched as he walked across my yard, and I thought, that is a funny costume. He can almost pull that off. And then the next thought in my head was, shit, that's my son.
I thought that might be coming.
Pictures of him. We were doing a deep pit barbecue. So, after we pulled the meat out of the ground, we had a fire, like a bonfire or campfire in the pit in the ground. He's out there stoking the fire, and he's like crouched down in front of this fire pit with his legs spread like this. I'm like, you can't sit like that in a dress. He's like, what? I said, put your knees together. And I thought, that's something I thought I'd never say to my son.
You're like, you're airing out the bits here.
Oh, I don't know if I should say this. Just
why are they there?
What's that?
And are they there?
No, I just saw this. They put a picture with and it shows a woman with her legs up on the fireplace, and she's got her, and she's warming herself. And the guy said, I asked her, what was she doing? And he said, warming your dinner.
Oh, I didn't see that picture.
I know, that was really bad. I just saw that.
I thought maybe you were telling a story about your sons from the way you said it, because you were looking around. I was like, uh-oh, are they there?
No, it's just not a story I would usually tell. But I just thought so it was interesting. And Scott Carpenter has out 50 Tales of Lust now, or it's on pre-order, and it's coming out. It's for 99 cents. There's 50 stories.
Right? Is it erotic? Or?
I think it's under SL Carpenter, and it's erotic stuff.
Okay.
So that'll be out.
I'm betting it's got a great cover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does.
We need to have him on a Blab sometime.
We should.
He's so much fun.
He is. He's a sweetheart.
It's a riot.
And he builds fabulous covers.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's like the Eden of guys. Like our friend Eden is the nicest girl on earth, and Scott is like the nicest guy on earth. Yeah.
They are. They're both sweet. Okay, we have about 9 minutes left. So I just want to get in a plug for next week's Blab before we lose it. It's going to be on worst pickup lines.
Oh,
so make sure you're here. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
And we'll be giving away books at that one too, if anybody can stand us for an hour. Okay, if you're still listening and you're not one of the Butterscotch Martini Girls, type something in on the side so we know you're here.
And then we have books to give away.
Now we do have, it looks like Nate Pacone is on the sidebar. He joined a little while ago. I don't see him signed off yet.
Nate, are you still there? We'll see if he's there.
And there's somebody, I see, hi Theo. I can't get up that high on the sidebar though.
Yeah, but I haven't seen any of those guys for a while.
Okay.
Typing in, so that's why I asked them to type again and see if they're still here.
Okay.
I know Tia Dani's still here. They're the last ones that typed.
So to kind of recap, we've got a couple of new releases. Tina and Cheyenne.
Well, mine's not a new release. It's just a sale.
Okay.
Book sale for 99 cents. My Obsession, under my Cassie Ryan name, under all of the retail sites for the US and the UK. Only 99 cents through the end of the month.
And you can get to them on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com.
Yeah, any US or UK retail site that sells ebooks. So even like, iBooks, through the Apple site, that kind of stuff.
Get them from the Apple store too. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And Cheyenne?
I have Alex coming out on the 3rd, on Tuesday, and he's pretty sexy. He's kind of a one of these guys where you want to kick his ass but still go to bed with him.
I like those.
Yeah, and not necessarily in that order.
No.
Sure.
No, it's a cowboy, if nobody got that.
What's the story premise?
That's the one where the cousins made the bet about the first guy that trips your trigger. And so she doesn't like him. Or at least she just doesn't want anything to do with him. And she gets a flat tire, and she doesn't even want him to help her with the flat tire. And she's wearing screw-me heels and going someplace. And he trips her trigger, and she's just like, oh, not him. Just, oh my God. Not him.
How does somebody trip your trigger and you're still thinking, oh, not him?
Because you have one of those hate relationships, but he's really hot. You don't get along with him.
He's looking pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, he's such an ass, but I want him.
Oh boy, the bad boy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've all been bitten by that a time or two.
That's a long road.
You'd think we would learn by now.
Yeah. I don't have any.
Well, do we have, is Tia coming back on? Is she
couldn't get back on, but she said she does have a sale. Call Down the Darkness will be on sale for 99 cents for the whole month of November. I'm assuming that's Amazon.
Probably Amazon.com, yeah. And I would guess BarnesandNoble.com too, because I think she goes through a publisher on that one.
Oh, if that's through Books We Love, then yeah. It'll be Barnes and Noble.
Call Down the Darkness is a great story. You definitely want to have your copy of that.
They said everywhere ebooks are available.
Okay, and that's by Tia Dani.
Tia Dani.
Dani. Yeah. And just to remind everybody, keep your eyes peeled. We've got a little ways to go. But in February, the Butterscotch Martini Girls are going to be putting out their first box set. And I believe right now the working title is Butterscotch Martini Shots, Roses and Rodeos. So we'll have lots of cowboy butts. Woohoo! And it should be good. It should be good. So that's coming in February. And I've got another book in the Delta series coming out next month, if I ever get it written.
Details.
You got to finish it up so that we can find out what happened.
Yeah,
I do.
Well, the Roses and Rodeo story, he's a world champion bull rider. So Buckle Bunnies really want him. And the heroine thinks he's too full of himself, which he's really not, but she thinks he is.
Are those, I live by Luke Air Force Base. Are those jets coming across?
just a little bit.
I don't hear him.
Well, if they get too loud, you let me know anytime and I'll mute my speaker. Sometimes I don't hear them because I'm so used to them.
Yeah.
But
I was going to say.
Okay, well.
Oh,
Did you have something else, Cheyenne?
I just came all the way into my office and locked the dogs outside. So they would think the door.
They were quiet today.
That's because they're nowhere close right now. They're outside.
Tia Dani typed a note for us to remind everybody that most of the Butterscotch Martini Girls will be in person signing books at the Glendale Chocolate Affair in February here in Glendale, Arizona.
Yeah,
Good
that's
reminder,
the first
Tia.
weekend in February.
Get me
And
chocolate.
we're all down there at the Romance Writers booth. You just stop anybody in the event and ask them where the Romance Writers booth is. It's usually by the beer tent.
Yes. Not sure how we scored that, but we did.
Hey, works for me.
But thank you.
So as we get closer, we'll give more information about that.
We'll get more information, on who's going to be there. We'll tell you where to find the links.
Right.
Okay.
Hey guys, we'll see you next week for the worst pickup lines.